Coming back to parallel sets again, this is another graph which I have created, parallel sets graph using D3. So this particular graph gives us an idea about the income of every individual, the income range of every individual, the amount of savings that individual is making, and the total loans or the debts he owes in all. So basically, the remaining amount which the individual has will be the savings minus the total loan debts, which is subtracted from the income, obviously. So coming to this, we see that the maximum number of people have not provided any information regarding their income details, savings, and loan amounts. So the government should the survey the next time the survey should more focus on the points where the data is collected for these particular points, as it can be really useful to interpret the analysis and provide an provide an insight about how much actually each individual or each family is earning in terms of currency. So coming to this, we can see over here that we have a number of individuals earning between 17.5 to 24.5 thousand pounds, and they have an savings of 0 to 300 or 299 pounds, out of which most of them are paying a loan of less than 200 or 300, 400 to 500, and which is like literally 75% of their saving. So here we can see that these loans mainly include the student loans and the mortgage debts or the home loans and any debts that they owe. So this is actually whatever an individual is saving based on the income. Most of it, 75% of it, is gone in loan debts. So this is a thing to focus upon, like which comes into income inequality. When you're having a loan or such a huge loan where your savings amount itself, 75% or 50% of your savings amount are going into debts, the income should vary based on that, or the loan amount should vary based on that. So this is the thing that we can infer from this particular graph. Again, we can see here that 30 to 40,000 pounds being earned, and more individuals are paying close to 10,000 to 15,000 pounds as loan debts. So that is that is a huge chunk of money that is deducted from their income, which plays an important role in economic. So so any individual who can save less amount of his money is obviously going to be unsatisfied about the government or the economic growth, and he'll want more salary or more income in his account, because of which, and again, we have a bell curve which has to be taken into consideration while considering the income raise or the salary raise of a particular individual into the company. So no particular individual can have an outlier, basically having an extra salary for the same designated people around him. So this is what we can infer from the graph, and the points that I would like to highlight is, uh, as we are focusing on inequality, the loan debts and the type of loans that these individuals are getting from the bank should take into account their income and the savings, and uh, also also their debts that they owe. So basically, what can halt economic growth in such a case is that if a particular individual is not able to pay his debts on time, his amount will go into arrears, which will send the bank's accounts into arrears, and the chain will go on. So that is what I'd like to infer.